January 2019 reading. I pre-shuffled your cards. I'm just shuffling just a little bit more before I cut the deck, okay? Okay. Let's see what we have for you. Four of Rods in reverse. Eight of Cups reversed. King of Swords upright. The Star reversed. I want to say this is the Emperor reverse. This is the Emperor. Yes, 4. And the Empress upright. Oh, Suki now. My Sagittarius. Oh, 5 of Wands upright. Okay. This is a battle of wills here. All right, my lovelies. My lovely Sagittariuses. Okay. I have Neptune in Sag, so I love you guys. I do indeed. Let's see. Okay. So, Okay, so there's an element of control here. You are trying to lay out a plan of action. Oh boy. You're trying to lay out a plan of action here. However, there is an unwillingness to move out of some kind of resistance that you may be having. It's an emotional coping mechanism, I would say. In the past, there's been this sense of instability in your life. And perhaps you've indulged in certain things that have allowed you to maintain a sense of security, a sense of it's not calm. It's more like resilience. It's like whatever you've used in the past, it's allowed you, or it's provided this kind of armor that you wear emotionally. And maybe you think you think clearer, and you're able to think better. But it doesn't work, or it's not working. But rather than see that what you are doing emotionally isn't working, what you are doing, and rather than see that it's not working, because you are attempting it, you are making plans, and you're being strategic, and you're being very logical, right? But you're looking at all that you want, and it's not coming, or there's this idea that it's not coming. And so rather than use your resources, rather than take matters into your own hands, you are possibly engaging in blame, right? Perhaps there's blame, perhaps there's resentment, because it's better than taking responsibility. It feels better. It feels better to blame than to admit that what I did didn't work. Because there is this sense of ego and pride. The Emperor reversed is all up in his pride rather than in his success. Right? He's all about, I'd rather be right than be successful. And having your majors in reverse in this way, and these are very strong majors, it's not so nice, you know. And then you have the Empress here that's upright, which is about receptivity and tapping into that inner divine feminine, that we all have, male or female or whatever gender you may be. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine. There is no use in negating one or ignoring one. You have both. Why not use them? These are the tools, right? And so right now you're being receptive. Maybe you are maybe you're wanting others to come to you. Maybe you're wanting others to step in and help you bring things to you, or you're wanting things to come to you rather than reassess, rather than see what you have to work with, what your resources are, what your skills are, what are your strengths. Understand what didn't work. That's the Emperor. Understand what you're trying to do, what you're trying to build, and what you need to do in order to get there, right? Now, you can't have this King of Swords and then your Emperor in reverse. You can't plan things, right, and come to a reasonable conclusion if you're neglecting to see certain details, right? There has to be a level of maturity in you that says, I get it. I know that didn't work. And that's okay, right? There's no need to be hypercritical, to be cold, right? And just be calculating here, right? Because the King of Swords can be very emotionally distant, right? He's all about the facts, the steps needed. Bam, 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 right? What can I use here? Who can I move around, right? What can I move around? What can I use to my advantage to accomplish what I need to accomplish? What can I sacrifice? Who can I sacrifice? Now, this is where you are right now. Now, for some of you, this is you. For some of you, this is another that is possibly thinking this way, right? And perhaps they've had this kind of relationship with you, and you feel like it was calculated and they cut you out because it was strategically to their advantage, right? Or you cut someone out because it was strategically to your advantage. But understand that whatever choices you make or you are making is not about, there is there is sand in your shorts, and the sand in your shorts is this Eight of Cups in reverse. It's you being closed off, is you using some kind of defense mechanism to keep you safe and keep you from feeling your feelings, from understanding what doesn't work emotionally for you, right? Of understanding why, for example, certain relationships did not work out, or understanding that you putting all this into all of your emotions into this endeavor, that, you know, it's you've done enough, and so it's okay to cut your losses and move on. If you're continuing to put time and energy in something, into an endeavor, and it's not fruitful, for whatever reason, you're not willing to let it go. And there is something that you're not willing to let go. And it's keeping you unstable. It's keeping you from, first of all, celebrating your wins, celebrating what you've accomplished so far. It's like it's not good enough, and you have to prove yourself. And if things don't work out, it's someone else's fault. And the cards are calling you to be more nurturing, to offer yourself this light that the Empress holds. The Empress wants to create something, right? There's something she is creating, and she's offering it to you, and you're not taking it. You're choosing to stay in this perspective of someone sabotaged me, someone did this to me, right? I'm not interested in why it didn't work. It was someone else's fault, and if they didn't do this, then I wouldn't be here. And the Empress is saying, well, look at what I'm offering you. I'm offering you a new start. I'm offering you life. I'm offering you something more than just a game, right? King of Swords is all about the game. He's all about tactics. He's in his head. Hi, Sagittarius. Sorry about that. Sorry for the interruption. So I actually finished what I was trying to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 2 Wisdom of the Oracle cards for you to see what else we can add to this to kind of drive this home here. Okay, I had pre-shuffled these, but I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle for you. Okay. Ooh, that's not it. Okay, we have All That Glitters. Put this in frame here. All That Glitters. And Deep Knowing. Okay, in reverse. So we're going to read the protection message here. So these are the cards you have. They both have a similar coloring to them. This one you could tell, Deep Knowing, you could tell is about wisdom, right? And a higher knowledge, seeing things from a higher vantage point. And this one, All That Glitters, is about the masks we wear, right? And projecting a certain image to others, right? To hide or protect what is underneath. Okay, so I'm going to read you what these 2 messages say from the book, because there might be things in the book that people need to hear. So, all that glitters. A need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature. Trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. Mercury rules Gemini, and that's an air sign. It's very fast moving. It likes the sparkly things, right? It gets drawn to it and then loses interest quickly. So, that's very interesting. Now, the Oracle's message. This was upright. So, the only human to want to adorn, it's only human to want to adorn itself, to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. Okay. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because that's what they will do, because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or person? This Empress is holding this beautiful orb, and she's drawing in those who will be attracted to that light, right? But the Empress is not about superficiality. So she's trying to create something of value. And if you are not Sagittarius, if you are not willing to drop your masks and to move towards something of substance rather than fool's gold, which is what this is talking about, right? Are you aiming for fool's gold, or are you aiming for the real deal? In order to aim for the real deal, you have to, or it's encouraging you to ask yourself the why. Why do you want this? What are you trying to build something, or are you just trying to project an image? Now, relationship message. Sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. That is that Eight of Cups I was talking about, where, we've built these defense mechanisms to protect ourselves, right? To keep others out and to protect what we have and keep it in, right? The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Is this Empress trying to offer you something but it's just not good enough for you because you're being hypercritical? And so you're disallowing your own star. You're disallowing that star because you're being hypercritical and you're not able to see the value in what is being offered to you. It's not enough, right? Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Aww. Empress is showing you that inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of the artifice and let what is authentic shine. If this is an aspect of you, Sagittarius, it's important. You're being asked, you're being beckoned, you're being called to let that light inside of you shine. Rather than, because you have the Empress and the Emperor, for you to have both in your reading is very significant. It's extremely important. It's an important message here, because these are like yin and yang. These are the two halves of yourself, right? And so there's this divine feminine that is nurturing and caring and warm and loving and draws people to them because they want to help, because they want to give, because they see something inherently or deeply or naturally precious, and they want to be around that for its own sake. And then there's the Emperor that is about power and action, right? And that masculine principle of doing, of making, right? Of creating, of, not aggression, but activity, right? And so, and movement. And it's in reverse, which means it's not authentic and it's not in balance. And it's for something other than its own expression. It's more about what you're wanting to get out of others or what you're trying to prove rather than what you're trying to build, right? So see beyond the glitter, look for the inner glow, use the eyes in your heart, let go of the artifice, and let what is authentic shine. You are enough. You are divinely, powerfully, fearfully made. Okay? Prosperity message. Sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold and you just can't resist it. If you guys are not, if the love message doesn't resonate, this is about prosperity. This might hold true for you. Okay, and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. During the American Gold Rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune, and then deserted entire towns after mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. There's a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay no attention to those who chase after fool's gold. Wow. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success you seek, so don't compare yourself to them. You see only the surface right now, only the sparkle. Be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you. I heard somewhere that you shouldn't compare yourself to who another person is. You should compare yourself to who you were yesterday. You should always use yourself as the guidepost, right? Not another person. Okay, so Sag, this has been, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot the deep knowing card. almost shortchanged you there, Serge. My apologies. Okay, deep knowing. Intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, and hypersensitivity. Now, I'm going to read the protection message for you. You are in empathy overload. I need to get grounded again, so tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive, this is the Emperor in reverse. You're suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for a recharging of your batteries. Set energetic boundaries. Take a salt bath. Empty your mind and get back to you. It's not a time to be too open. Soon enough, you can let your guard down. Right now, you need self-care and self-love. It's time to say no, thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you. Won't that feel good? Now, Sagittarius, Jupiter is in Sagittarius right now. Some of you might feel invincible, like you could take on the world, like you could do everything all at the same time. This message is a protection message for you that you cannot. You are a divine being, but you're having a human experience, and you are made of flesh and blood, which means that you do need rest, which means that you do need nutrients, you need to recharge, and it's perfectly okay to be the Empress here and take care of yourself. Self-love, right? She realizes that her health is very important. Look, she's hugging herself. The Empress is usually depicted as a woman with child. So her responsibility is to herself and also to her unborn child. And she knows how important it is to take care of herself, because there are bigger things at stake. And that is your message, right? There are bigger things at stake. If you don't take care of yourself, what you're trying to build or what you're trying to create will not come to pass, right? So, that is it, Sagittarius, finally. Okay, be well. I will see you next month. Bye.